Hello everyone and welcome to my first Advanced Warfare video. In today's video we'll be discussing first impressions of the game, what do I like, what do I not like, and what do I think actually needs to be changed. The gameplay we'll be watching is me using the HBR-A3, still trying to get these weapon names down, they're pretty generic names for the weapons. And if there's any time remaining, I have a ARX gameplay that I might throw in the end of the video. So Advanced Warfare has been out for about a week now, and obviously there's a lot of things about the game to discuss here. There's a lot of good, a lot of things I really liked about it, there's a lot of bad, a lot of things that I really think need to be changed, nerfed, or something like that, or just plain taken out. But me being the pessimist that I am, I think we'll start out with the bad. So before the release of Advanced Warfare, there was this big hoopla about the number of different weapons in the game. You get 35 base weapons, you get 10 variants of each, and they're all supposed to be super awesome, and some come with integrated attachments, some have different stats, different things like that. They make them all handle and act differently, and basically these are all just different flavors of water. I mean, you think about it, you have, let's just talk about the HBAR, sorry, not the HBAR, the Ball 27, the AK-12 seem to be the most popular weapons right now, and in reality, the Ball 27 has the highest fire rate, and it's decent damage, making it a very effective close quarters to mid-range weapon. The AK-12 has a low fire rate with high accuracy, making it a very effective long-range, mid-range weapon. But as far as the variations go, they all act the same, basically. I mean, you got the ball is always going to be nothing but a close quarters, mid-range weapon. The AK-12 is never going to be anything but a long-range, mid-range weapon, and the variations of the weapons really don't change anything. It gives you something different to look at, and some of them have integrated attachments, and that's really about it. Like I said, it's like just different flavors of water. You're still getting the same thing, and so I'm a little disappointed in the weapon variations. You only have 3 full auto assault rifles, and that leaves you with 30 variants of the full auto assault rifles, which really all do the same thing. You only have 1 bolt action sniper. You do have a burst fire SMG, which is kind of cool, except it totally sucks, and even at close range, you still need 2 bursts to kill. I'm still trying to figure out how to use that one effectively, because I would really like it, simply because of how different it is. I'd like it to be my favorite weapon, but I haven't figured out a way to play with that effectively. The next negative I can think of is the invisible walls and undefined borders. There are levels where there are rooftops you're not allowed to jump onto, even though you can clearly jump high enough to get onto them, and you're just held off by an invisible wall. There are levels that have undefined borders around the edges where you'll look and there'll be a room that looks exactly like another room in the game itself, or in the actual level, but that room is out of bounds, so you jump over the railing and die instantly for no reason. And just things like that. It seems like if you're developing a game for 3 years, you know what kind of movements you're going to have, and you know you're going to do double jumps and all these things. It wouldn't be that difficult to make sure that that you can't jump onto something because it's too high, or there's a railing keeping you off it, or there's a box keeping you off it, or something. You know, you don't need invisible walls when you have as much time to design as few of maps as this game has. And I really hope that they do a better job with the overall map design. Not necessarily the way they play. I think the maps are great. I think they're a lot of fun. There's really no map in the game that I refuse to play. There were a lot of maps in Ghosts I refused to play. This game does not have a siege. This game does not have a chasm. But I just wish that that they were a little more defined. I've died so many times by running off the edge of the map when the edge of the map doesn't even look like an edge of the map to me. It looks like a perfectly normal area that if you're not paying attention to your mini-map, you're just going to suddenly die every once in a while. Now, another negative in my book, and this may actually be the biggest negative to me, the thing that sets a Call of Duty franchise apart from other shooters, in my opinion, and, you know, maybe not every other shooter, I'm sure that there are other shooters that use this, but the kill streaks are something that I strive for. I personally care about a couple things. I care about my personal performance and my statistics, like KD and all that. I don't really care too much if the team wins, which is why I only play Slayer modes like Free For All and Team Deathmatch and Kill Confirmed. I really am not that interested in winning the game. I'm just interested in me doing well, and that may make me selfish, but I don't care. That's how I play. And so in the middle of the game, I like to have things to strive for. Kill streaks are fun. Kill streaks are things I really enjoy. I really liked going for kill streaks in Ghosts. I always, you know, I ran high kill streaks like the Griffin and the Battle Hind, and I really enjoyed those. And, you know, a lot of people complain about Ghosts and the overpowered kill streaks and the dog and whatnot, but this game is the exact opposite, and I would rather have overpowered kill streaks that are hard to earn than worthless kill streaks that are hard to earn. This game, kill streaks are terrible. I mean, the equivalent of a sentry turret is a remote turret, and it takes more kills to earn. The equivalent of a Battle Hind is a manually controlled warbird that seems to do no damage per hit, has a very quick overheat time, and just is pretty useless. The kill streaks are pointless. The only kill streaks I like are the care package, because every once in a while you'll get a level dependent kill streak, which usually are pretty good, or the bombing run, which, I mean, the bombing run, I usually get 1 or 2 kills from it, which makes it more effective than really any other kill streak in the game. And they suck. They're not good kill streaks. I think Sledgehammer went way overboard with the avoidance of overpowered kill streaks, and I'm starting to think about just taking kill streaks off my class altogether and adding a couple perks instead. Now, there's a couple very minor things that are either different from Ghosts or just still haven't been implemented, even though they should have been, but again are minor. Like, for example, muting players. Why is there no mute all function in the pre-game menu when you're all creating your classes and voting on maps and whatnot? Why can't you mute everybody at one time rather than selecting each person and clicking on them and then selecting mute player? Why is it so hard to mute everybody when you get into a game? You have to hit the pause menu, you have to select mute players, you then have to hit an extra button to mute all, you then have to select yes, I want to mute all while the game is going on. I mean, it's so aggravating that there isn't just this button mutes everybody. You know, push start, push square, mute, everyone's muted. Or pre-game menu, you know, push this button or push this button and that button, or hold this button and everyone's muted. That shouldn't be that hard. And also, I don't really like having them take off my personal score on the HUD. I liked having a constant reminder of how well or terrible I was doing in the game, and in this one you have to hit, you know, on the PS4 it's the touchpad. You have to push touchpad to bring up the score, and then you have to find your score, and I don't like that. I like to just look in the top right of my screen. That's how many people I've killed, that's how many times I've died, etc. I wish that they would bring that back. I don't know how hard it would be to bring that back. Hopefully they'll do a patch that has that in it. I don't really like not knowing how I'm doing, aside from just how I feel like I'm doing, and that's kind of what I have to go on right now. And so let's talk about some good things now. The best thing I can say about this game, and this is a huge compliment I think, is the overall gameplay is phenomenal. It's a very fast-paced, fun, high-action game. Action is usually just around the corner. And, you know, in the week I've been playing it, I have only seen 2 games of Team Deathmatch go to time limit rather than kill limit. And I think in the entire year I played Ghosts, there were maps like Siege and Chasm I mentioned earlier where I barely saw games go to kill limit. They were so slow, they were so just drawn out and boring, and I enjoyed Ghosts. I thought Ghosts was a good game, but this game just puts it to shame. It is so action-packed, it is so fun, everyone's boosting and jumping all over the place, and even though the kill streaks suck and the weapons kind of suck, the maps are very fun. It's a high-octane game, and I'm really enjoying myself playing it. Another thing I really like about this game, and this is going to be more opinionated than anything, is the weapon, or not the weapon, but just the balance in general. It doesn't seem like there's any perks or attachments or weapons that are truly overpowered, except for the foregrip, and I'm going to go ahead and probably do a video on the foregrip later on, so I won't go too in-depth in that. Just know that the foregrip could still be a very effective piece of equipment, and be half as effective as it is right now. I mean, it'd still be worth having if you cut it in half. But anyway, the point is, everything in this game is very well balanced. That, you know, in Ghost, Stalker was an overpowered perk. Every time I used Stalker, I put up amazing gameplays, and I didn't even really feel proud of it because I was using a perk that was so overpowered that the competitive leagues banned it. But Stock, on the other hand, doesn't feel the same to me. Stock feels like a well-balanced attachment. Same with like the sniper rifles. You're not gonna lose a head-to-head matchup with a sniper rifle if both players play their weapons perfectly. And it just seems very balanced. I also like the map design. There's not really any great camping spots that I've seen, like the bakery on Warhawk and Ghosts, when you could just go up there and you could stay up there literally the entire game and nobody was going to kill you unless you messed up. I mean, it was impossible to go up into the bakery and take out the people up there who were crouching behind the boxes that for some reason were bulletproof. And there's nothing like that in this game. I don't know of anywhere in this game that only has one entrance and can just be ADS stat the entire time without anybody jumping up behind you or coming through a door behind you and taking you out. So the overall balance of the game is very well done. I really don't think that anything more than the foregrip is actually overpowered, in my opinion. So overall, I love this game. I'm having a great time playing it. It's a lot of fun. And I'm really glad I got it, and I really look forward to seeing what Sledgehammer does next with their next game. Thanks for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and commentary. Leave a like, subscribe, all those wonderful things. And until my next video, keep on killing.